Hi, I'm Liron Cohen.
And I'm Mimi Torchin.
And you're listening to Lady Parts TV, the podcast.
Whee!
Hello, everybody.
Hello, greetings and salutations.
Welcome back. And we even have some stats for you this week. Mostly thanks to one show, which we will talk to you about. But we tallied 14 primetime shows, out of which 9 were written or co-written by women, and 9 were directed by women. So that's 64% on both counts. Yes, I believe it's very good. And some new shows are coming up, some more shows are coming, and I'm happy to say, as long as everybody keeps safe, some of our favorite shows are back to shooting. SVU, The Chicago's, Grey's Anatomy, Mom.
Although we're not talking about it this podcast, there's a new network show that's out that's very good.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time. But I'm just, thrilled that they're back to working, because the thought of such a long time without my favorite shows was very painful. But I just need everybody to stay safe.
I mean, it's basically all we have.
Yeah. No, but hey, there's tons of stuff coming out, and we're here to tell you about it. First of all, and by the way, there are many movies coming out, and next week's podcast episode will be tons of movies that we're going to be marathoning this week to review for you. But first, we have an exciting giveaway. Okay, so we have a giveaway for you this week, and we're very excited because this giveaway is of I Am Woman, the movie. Dun, 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 dun. And it's perfect for Lady Parts TV to give away a movie called I Am Woman, especially when you hear what it's about. But we did tell you already what it's about. We're just going to tell you briefly again. It's the story of Helen Reddy, who both wrote the song I Am Woman, which you must know.
Of course, and performed it, of course.
Right, and as well as many others throughout the years. It became the anthem of the feminist movement of the 70s. And in her personal life, we see the feminist struggle on the real basis of her life, which is she came from Australia to New York to try to make it in the music industry. She faced much discrimination and misogyny. Not because she was Australian, because she was a woman. Yes, as many women will still tell you now.
Oh, yes.
Which they experience. And then with her manager turned husband, played by Evan Peters, and the struggles in their relationship, and basically finding her own voice and becoming an international singing superstar, and again, becoming a feminist icon in her own right. So this movie is very exciting for us. We can't wait to see it. It is on Redbox right now, Redbox On Demand, which is a great streaming service in general. So you can go and watch it. But we also have 4 digital screeners that we are giving away to 4 lucky winners. And so
4 lucky Americans.
Yeah, okay. So yes, unfortunately that is part of the eligibility in this case, because it can only be screened from within the US. But we are eager for you to take part in this. Before we tell you how to do it, we'll just want to tell you that the movie stars Tilda Cobham Harvey in the role of Helen Reddy. Her best friend, who's also rock journalist Lillian Roxon, is played by Danielle MacDonald, who he's also becoming a rising star.
Yes, she is. Mm-hmm.
So this movie has all the ingredients for a perfect Lady Parts TV movie. So how do you get your free screener? Here's how. So we're giving out 4 screeners, digital screeners for the film, and all you need to do is very simple. You need to follow us on Instagram at Lady Parts TV. And this weekend, starting Friday and all the way till Sunday midnight, between Sunday and Monday, you need to send us pictures of a woman who inspires you. And it can be somebody in your actual life. It can be somebody famous. It can be a character on TV or in a movie. Somebody who inspires you. You can choose to add a line about why she inspires you, or just send the picture. We will share it with our followers on Instagram story. Send it to us, by the way, in a private message, please. And now, unfortunately, the screener is only available to watch from within the U.S. So you are all welcome to join us in this great, fun game to, share who inspires you. But please, when you send us the picture, besides mentioning if you are willing for us to tag you on it, or if you prefer to stay anonymous, please also mention if you are participating in the giveaway, or if you're unable to, please mention that as well. Out of the people who are eligible to participate, we will raffle 4 screeners. So please send us your pictures. We would love to make a whole festival of women we love out of this. And if you don't participate, or if you are uneligible, we highly encourage you to
check it out.
To watch it where you are, because it really looks good.
Mm-hmm. So now we get to one of my favorite new series. It's called Away.
And we did tell you about it in a previous episode as a heads up. We're just reviewing it now that we've binged on it. 10
episodes on Netflix right now. Fly, do not walk. Launch yourself into it.
I see a lot of puns happening.
No, I'm going to stop right now. Anyway, it was created by Andrew Hinderaker, and it stars Hilary Swank, Josh Charles, Vivian Wu, who is I've never seen, but it seemed to me that I had seen her. She's wonderful. Mark Evener, Ray Panthaki.
It's a very ensemble show.
Yeah, it is. It's got a great cast, and everybody is fabulous. And it's about the first manned mission to
Woman's mission.
Well, yes, you're absolutely right. The first manned or womaned, and Hilary Swank is the commander.
Right.
And she wanted to go to Mars since she was a little girl.
Didn't everybody?
And no. And off she goes. However, she's torn because she has a husband and a daughter,
and
a teenage daughter who need her, and she is very devoted to them.
I just want to mention the daughter played by Talitha Eliana Bateman, who is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
I see her coming up for the nominee
for Young
the
Actress.
Lady Parts Awards. Yes, TV awards.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's wonderful because it's a personal drama as well as a space drama. And a lot of things happened. It's very, very exciting. They haven't been given a second season yet, so you can't automatically assume that everything will be hunky-dory. I loved it. It's a little slow at times, but as I've told you many times before, slowness doesn't bother me if what's in between the spaces works, and everything in this works for me. I loved it.
I think it was a tad sentimental at times,
but it's sentimental.
But it wasn't overly sentimental.
No.
And I think
it was human.
It was a good balance between the sentimental and the what you would think of as a space drama. I do want to point out 2 things. There is a beautiful lesbian storyline on here, which came as a surprise.
A complete surprise.
And we will not give away anything. We'll stop here. We'll just tell you that it's worth watching for that. And the second thing I want to say is Jet Wilkinson.
Who we love.
A wonderful friend, Wentworth director.
A great director.
The whole season, when we got to episode 10, which was the finale, we had forgotten completely that she was the one who directed it. And it was so good. And the last 15 minutes, we were cheering, we were sobbing, we were crying, we were screaming at the screen, and then in the end, when the credits rolled, and we saw it was Jet. It's like, now I get it.
The entire episode is really sensational. It's very, it's the culmination of the story. And
done so brilliantly.
It's so brilliant.
Yeah.
It's visually, emotionally,
and it really. If I thought that the
pacing,
if I thought that the leading up to it was sometimes slow or something sentimental, I think that at that moment in that 10 episodes, where everything was in stake and everything kind of again reached that culmination, that climax, all of a sudden I realized how much they made me care about every single one of these people.
That's what sentimentality, really, as I have said many times, sentimental is not a 4-letter word,
right.
people.
Done right.
Yeah, it's not, Hallmark.
No,
it's not
at all.
It's not. It's sentimental because it involves emotions.
Yeah,
and it's not. Mother's Day, Valentine's Day sentiments. It's a real life emotion.
And all the actors were wonderful.
Wonderful. Oh, Hilary Swank is just great, as always.
And all of them.
As ever. But yes,
Vivian
and you'll recognize
also
people. I loved her, yes. You'll recognize people you know, and you'll love people you didn't know.
Right. So if you haven't watched it yet, Away is on Netflix now, 10 episodes. It should be your next binge.
Absolutely. Now, here's something I hadn't even heard of till a friend told us about it. It's on HBO. It's called Coastal Elites.
It's a TV special.
TV special called Coastal Elites, and it's written by Paul Rudnick, directed by Jay Roach, very fine pedigree. It stars Bette Midler, Sarah Paulson, Caitlin Deaver, Issa Rae, and Dan Levy, and they are all amazing. Needless to say, Bette Midler will steal your heart and steal the show.
And Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson is... They're all
and
fabulous.
Caitlin Deaver. Oh, excuse me, Caitlin.
Oh, my
I am
God.
so excited to see where this actress will go because she is one phenomenal
actress.
actress.
I am in love with this girl.
And Issa Rae was very good.
Yes.
Just that her piece, I felt, was... Her monologue was the least exciting.
Yeah, it was about Ivanka.
Yeah, Ivanka.
See, everything is about coastal elites. You're either on the West Coast or you're on the East Coast, and it's all about politics. And what it's like, it's all quarantine. It's all monologues
done to a screen.
Talking to different people. But
I just want to say the coastal elites is in quotation marks. Yes. The whole idea that people have named certain people who are maybe more educated or more liberal, more progressive, more caring, more vegan, more whatever you want. Refer to them as coastal elites, as if that's a bad word.
Thing. Because believe me, there are plenty of you lovely coastal elites in the Midwest, in Europe, in Australia,
this
all
whole
over
idea that
the
it's like
country.
a bleeding heart, or
Yes,
the
well, I'm
snowflake.
proud to be a coastal elite, and these people are also proud to be coastal elites, and if you are a coastal elite, you will be proud after seeing these.
But it's not even about it's about aching for what's going on in the country.
Yes, the pandemic, how people behave, and the Trump effect, which is extreme.
Right.
It's so wonderful. It's only how long is it? About an hour?
An hour and a little bit,
a little bit more. It works beautifully.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like some cheesy Zoom show. Not that there's anything wrong with Zoom shows. They've been keeping us happy for months now.
But these are A-list actors, and they sell it so well. Oh, God. It's just so good.
There's a wonderful surprise, sad, beautiful, that happens. And I can't recommend it more. It's highly intelligent, wonderfully done. Dan Levy, I just love.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't know him, but
maybe he's a Broadway person. He looks like he should be a
Broadway
person.
people. He could also be
I'm saying maybe we know
a
him
sitcom person,
maybe.
which is why we don't know him that well.
Maybe.
Anyway, again, Coastal Elites on HBO now. Watch it.
Now, speaking about staying in the realm of pandemic, as if there's anything else that anybody can think about, we have a new lesbian miniseries to recommend, and this is the first episode. And what's special about it is that it was done completely under COVID-19 restrictions practically by one person, whom you might know. Her name is Jen Miller-Koran, and she's the creator of Snapshots, the lesbian movie, which we loved.
We absolutely loved it.
Yes, we did a lesbian movie club about it, if you need a recommendation, if you haven't heard of it before. So she decided during this quarantine to do something else, a kind of a mini-series. And she basically did the whole thing herself, except for acting in it. It's called How About a Cuppa Tea. It's on Vimeo right now for $2.
It's worth $2 for sure.
It is especially, again, to support lesbian content. Episodes 2 and 3 will be shot in January, and they will already have a bigger budget and a full crew, so the quality will be vastly improved. Although I have to say,
this
was
quality, pretty good for a COVID production.
Yeah, it looked good. It sounded good.
Sound
the
was
acting,
pretty good. The sound was a little.
The sound can't be 100% because really it was shot literally like as a home video, but the sound, all things considered, I've seen web series which had less good sound. The acting was excellent. Constance Brenneman, Kathy Dubuono, and Hank Matusek,
who's someone's son, but he did okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he was cute.
And the first episode really is kind of more of a rumination. It's kind of a building up to this couple, which we will see more in the second and third episode. We'll see their journey, but in the meantime, it's basically about this leading lady who, at the moment, is married to a man, has a son, and a surprise package bring back memories,
yes.
and makes her think about the road
road
less
not
traveled.
taken.
Yes.
Yes, as Robert Frost will they'll even use Robert Frost to tell you about it.
They even managed to kind of have some eroticism through the use of photographs.
Beautiful photographs.
Which was
I like them very much.
Yeah, it was a very interesting and clever device to use, and it was done well. Jen seems to be interested in memories and lost and missed opportunities.
Yes, again, roads
not taken. Yeah,
or taken for a brief period of time only, and then
right. The college, you mean?
Veered off.
The only thing that I can say that didn't really work for me so well is it kind of mixed both voiceover, breaking of the fourth wall, speaking to pictures, a bit of a mishmash as to how to express the inner thoughts of the leading character. I would have liked to have stuck with
one method.
Yeah, and I never liked the breaking of the fourth wall. Really, very seldom do I actually think it works. And kind of talking to pictures, it doesn't. I would have, as long as you start with voiceover. I'm not a huge fan of narration, but sometimes it works okay.
You have to have it,
right? Sometimes I'm saying I'm not a huge fan, but sometimes it works okay. So, but I would say stick with one.
Yes, but I thought that. Constance Brenneman did a pretty good job with that fourth wall breaking.
She did She did a good job with it all. I just thought it was too much of a mishmash of devices. Yeah. But we recommend that you, especially because you'll need the first one to build to the second and the third, and $2 is really not a lot
it's just,
to support.
Let's support our lesbian filmmakers.
Exactly. So how about A Cuppa Tea is on Vimeo right now, and we recommend it. Okay, now we have 3 things coming up on Netflix that are all very exciting. The first one is a series, and it is from Ryan Murphy. Who is really a god these days, let's face it.
We have to give this Evan Romansky, who
yes, absolutely, yes. And it premieres today on Friday, September 18th, when we're posting this episode. It's called Ratched. And if you've seen the picture on my Instagram page with the fabulous Sarah Paulson, Cynthia Nixon, Judy Davis, and Sharon Stone, and who was not included, Rosanna Arquette.
Yes.
And you thought to yourself, whoa, the cast of dreams, what could this be? Well, it's Ratched. Now, I have a certain problem with Ryan Murphy because he gets the best casts of women.
Why do you have a problem with that?
Because so often he makes shows that I can't watch because they're too brutal. American Horror Story, every single season, we start, we try, we desperately want to watch it, but we just can't.
I watched the first 2 seasons all the way through.
One. And I promised my friend I'd watch the second one because it's so good. But, and Ratched is not a horror story, nor is it, it's
only a horror story if you're in a mental institution with a
but what I mean is, it's not part of the series American Horror Story. It stands on its own. And the story itself is fascinating. Basically, they kind of did an origin story for Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, who was the torturous nurse at the mental institute.
Louise Fletcher won an Oscar for playing her in the film.
And I have a feeling Sarah Paulson will be nominated for an Emmy, as she
always is.
Yeah. She's the Meryl Streep of television.
Yes, I was going to say, oh no, never mind.
Anyway, it looks so good, but very brutal.
Yes, it will be. It will be hard to watch.
Yeah,
but I think will be
worth it.
And I think there will be things that are funny in it.
Oh, absolutely. It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not strictly a horror thing. It just has elements of horror in it because of the subject matter and because of, Nurse Ratched was a pretty awful person. So you can't really make a show about her that will be all, peaches and cream.
You know what? But Sarah Paulson will act the hell out of it.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
and all this other wonderful cast.
Yes. We have to watch it. We have to watch it. And by the way, there's a lot about LGBT issues because many of the people who ended up in those institutes are people who were there to convert lobotomies, all sorts of things.
All those fun things.
Yes. And I think maybe something between Cynthia Nixon and Sarah Paulson. Could it be?
Sarah Paulson always has a little diddle with someone in most of these things she does.
So you have to give it a try at the very least. Ratched on Netflix starting today, Friday, September 18th. Yes.
Sorry, the thing that I learned that was most fascinating to me is all these years having seen the movie and the play and everything else, I thought Ratched was spelled with a T. It's Ratched.
Yes.
Ratched.
And it's not, as some of you might think, Ratched, which I've also seen spelled.
Yes.
No, it's Ratched. So definitely a must. And now we have 2 Netflix movies coming up that Mimi will tell you about.
Yeah, the first one is, timely. We've just had Mrs. America that was about the second wave of feminism, and this is called The Glorias. It premieres on Netflix.
The Glorias, as in more than one Gloria.
Yes, more than Gloria.
I just want to make not glorious.
And actually, the way you spelled it here is the Glorias.
Yeah, I had a typo. You know what I
know how it is. The Glorias premieres... I'm having trouble getting my tongue out of the way of my lips.
It's all those thoughts about Julianne Moore.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Premieres on Netflix, or Alicia Vikander.
In your case, I'll stick with Julianne, you take Alicia.
Premieres on Netflix September 30th. And it's written and directed by Julie Taymor and co-written by Sarah Rule based on the book by Gloria Steinem. No puppets, though, even though Julie...
No puppets, thank goodness.
Oh, but if you've ever seen...
No, you're the puppet.
No, you're the puppet. I have to say the puppets work in The Lion King.
Yes.
Anyway, it's starring Julianne Moore, who we adore, Alicia Vikander, both playing Gloria.
In different times
of her life. Now, Liron doesn't think that Alicia works as Gloria from the brief trailer we saw, but I say Alicia works as anything for me. But, of course, Julianne Moore can do no wrong.
Yes.
Janelle Monáe is playing Angela Davis, and it looks like she's going to be sensational. Bette Midler was born to play Bella Abzug, which is who she's playing. And Lorraine Toussaint, I'm not sure who she's playing.
Among others.
It's got a wonderful cast, and it will be many people you've heard about or should have heard about.
Exactly. And I want to touch on a little bit about this should have heard about, because I think that this, from the trailer, they already emphasized lesbian and racial diversity. And those are 2 things that notoriously
were left out of second wave feminism.
Right. And I think that actually they may have been left out more in the history of the telling of it. Maybe this will be an insight into how it actually was there was more than we know.
Well, I hope so, because it's based on the book by Gloria Steinem, and
exactly,
she would know.
Which I haven't read yet, but I do have it.
I think we can trust.
We can trust
Gloria. Yes. Anyway, it looks wonderful. It looks vibrant and exciting, and as far as I'm concerned, you can't have too much Gloria Steinem.
Exactly. And you said it was timely. And I thought to myself, well, timely and 50 years ago.
It's timely because it's everywhere.
Yeah,
right
no.
now.
But what I want to say is, and they do. I don't know if it was actual footage from, or if it's just alluding to. But I saw pink hats in the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think with all this, Pussy Grabs Back and the Me Too movement and all that other stuff, that a lot of it was because of as a reaction to Trump. I'm so excited that people are bringing back second wave feminists to educate people, because for a long time supposedly the third wave feminists, or the post feminists, don't even get me started.
You can't see it, but Liron is making air
bunnies. Yes, they call themselves feminists, but they distance themselves from the second wave feminists, and
who gave us everything we have except the vote.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. And this ungrateful business was something that I had a lot of problems with. And so I'm very happy that they're bringing it back now to teach some of the newer generation how it's done practically, So I'm getting off my soapbox now. And
anyway,
now we're going to tell you about that's starting
Netflix,
September 30th. And also the same day, you're going to have a hard time choosing what to watch.
Well, you can watch it the next day.
I know, but they're coming out at the same day, so you have to decide what to watch first. I know what I want to watch first.
Yeah, I know what you want to watch first.
Okay, so the second movie coming out on the 30th.
No, sort of a whole other track.
But also Ryan Murphy.
Also Ryan Murphy.
The man is a god.
Boys in the Band premieres on Netflix September 30th. And just before we get into it, I just want to tell you that I saw the original off-Broadway production of Boys in the Band. Yes, I am that old.
You're even older.
Yeah, I'm even older, but no. I'm barely even older.
Barely.
I had just come to New York and got to see it, yes. It's directed by Joe Mantello, and it's a script written by Ned Martell, but based on the play by Mart Crowley, who to me will always be the creator of Boys in the Band.
Well, of course.
It's got a fantastic cast, just to name a few: Jim Parsons, Zachary Quinto, Matt Bomer, Andrew Reynolds. It takes place in a birthday party in 1968 where a bunch of a surprise guest, a lot of drinks, a lot of marijuana,
a lot of gayness,
all gay men, and it brings up a lot of memories and pain, unspoken feelings, buried truths that
internalized hate.
Well, there is a line that
in the trailer.
Yes, that Jim Parsons says that I remember from the play, which is, "If only we didn't hate ourselves so much." And that's really the whole thing. To me, that sums up what the play and the movie are about. And I have to say that they must have been so faithful to the original play and movie. They made a movie about 1970. That when I saw Zachary Quinto, I knew exactly what character he was playing. He was playing Harold, who was played by the wonderful actor Leonard Fry in the original. I just took one look at him. I said, "Oh, Harold, of course." So it looks painful. It is it's funny. It's funny, especially if you like bitchy gay humor, because it is a product of its time. And gay men behaved in a certain way. In I don't know if it was all so much the way they lived, but it was the way they were portrayed in a lot of art. And it's very intense, very, very intense, and it builds to, all kinds of climaxes. You should excuse the expression.
And now, even though there isn't a woman in sight,
well, there was a woman in the original movie.
Well, I mean,
there is a woman in sight. Actually, they see a neighbor walking. He says something.
No, but my point is, this is not female centric, as you may have gathered,
or
it's even female adjacent.
Barely, no.
But it's LGBT centric, which is why we're including it here.
Completely LGBT centric.
Yeah.
And it touches on a lot of topics that people are still dealing with today.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure that it got the good Ryan Murphy treatment. So.
Yeah, and it won the Tony. So, it's the same cast.
Yeah.
And the same director and the same adaptation. So it's going to be great. I can't wait to see it.
You mean the revival, just to make sure that they know this is not the same people from the old off-Broadway?
No, honey, most of them are dead.
I know, I'm just making sure people understand.
No, it's from the recent Broadway production that won a Tony Award.
Right.
The other production was off-Broadway.
So I'm very excited, actually, because we didn't get to see the revival, so we're getting to see the movie version, so that's great.
And I'm very excited.
So Boys in the Band will also premiere September 30th. And we are so excited that all these things are coming out so that there's more to see. So with that, we're going to leave you until next week. Don't forget to send us pictures of the women who inspire you so that you too can watch I Am Woman very soon.
From your bed.
Monday, after the deadline on Sunday for you to send in your pictures, we will raffle out 4 names, and we'll let you know who won.
And listen, wear your masks.
Stay home. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.